Hello everyone, welcome. Um, you guys remember my junk journal July journal? And I want to make a box to hold it in because it does not store well because it's accordion file or accordion style uh, journal. And I mean, I could just like lay it down on the counter like that, but I like to stack mine like this. And I could bundle it, I guess, maybe that's an idea, but I want to make a box for it. So the only I didn't want to just do a regular box, so I'm going to use this cover. It's a German English German dictionary cover, um, because this was a best size book that I had. Now, as you see, it fits uh, this way perfectly, but it's got a lot of room. Like it's too tall. But rather than cut it, I made a little like box down here for it to stand on. And I didn't film myself doing it because I forgot that this is content and you should be filming yourself or recording yourself. Well, I didn't. I just went at it. But all I did was take some really thick cardboard, and this was from the back of I think it was mixed media or no, watercolor paper pad. So I took that and I just, measured out what I needed, width, length, all that kind of stuff, height. And it was like a long piece. I just slit here just so I could fold it. I didn't cut it all the way through. I just did like a little slit so I could fold it down like that. And then I just made this little piece to fit inside. And then I glued it, but the glue wasn't holding very well. So then I also taped it up because I plan on either painting or covering this up with paper anyway. Um, so that's going to go down here like this so that when it's on the shelf, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have it. I mean, you're just going to see it this way anyway, instead of this way. But if it were to be this way, it's still going to be decorative. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to put something here, like a netting or something, and then just have it where you open and then just take it out, instead of sliding it out that way. I might just keep it where you can just slide it out. That's probably the easiest way. I'll just glue this piece to here, so that's permanent, and you can still open it and you can still slide it and do whatever. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Okay, so that's where I am so far. And then once I decide what I'm going to do, I'll start decorating it and recording myself. First things is I'll probably just put some plain inside, like a plain graphics, like from the book that I got. Some of the actually the innards of this book cover, which was something about oil, uh, Audell's oil, something servicing, maintaining, whatever. So the innards of this book will be here, and then maybe with some gesso over it to kind of push it back a little bit. But that'll be it on the inside. Nothing crazy. And then the outside, original thought was to make it look like a factory, you know. Uh, but I've decided I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make it, since I found that fence piece, that orange fence piece, I'll probably have that on the outside. I may have some simulation of a wall, some other things, some graphics as far as maybe a sign with factory, written on it, or, things like that, but not a building per se. It'll just be you'll just get that industrial feel, hopefully, from looking at it. Maybe some pipes going around it, that kind of thing. But it won't be a physical building. It'll just be somewhat industrial. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Kind of like a mixed media piece that we would hang on the wall or something. So that's my idea. No process ready. I don't know really what I'm going to do. I just know I'm going to attach the orange fence around the outside of it, if it's not too thick, hopefully. And that's it. So I'm going to start on the inside, probably if I can today. It's 6:30 in the morning and I'm already sweaty. So I'm not sure how far I'll be able to go with this. And then I'll be back in my air conditioned room reading a book that came in yesterday. So it's perfect for the weekend, for our hot weekend. All right. So hang tight, you guys, and hopefully I can get this video started and posted before the end of the month. So I decided to start on the outside with the orange fence, and I had marked it where I may cut it, so it's not too big, and put a hook on the back for it to wrap around and clasp, or kind of hook onto something. So that's my initial thought here. So here I'm just bending it to how I want it, and then I'm going to put some bricks on it and let it just sit that way until I need it to kind of change the memory of the plastic, because the plastic wants to just go straight. So I'm just going to have it sitting over there bent like that with the bricks. So since I'm doing the outside first, I decided, well, you know, I need to figure out what I'm going to do here. So my first thought is to just throw some paint down just to get it started. It's always hard to get started, but I figured if I just put some paint down, that'll help. So I'm just going to use a brayer and just brayer on some paint. I know you guys are thinking, Brenda, you painted a brown cover brown, but I'm not done yet. There's a method to my madness, as usual. Hang tight. So then I decided last minute I'm going to do the collage decollage process, because I really do love this process and it helps me use up scraps. So the next few minutes will be gluing down using matte medium, gluing down some scraps. Then I sand it, I paint it, glue down more, just a few layers of scraps and paint. And you don't see the sanding because I take it out to my patio and use my hand sander for that. Now this is mustard yellow. It looks really bright there, but it's not that bright. But I am darkening it up now using some ink pads. This is kind of like a very dark brown. And then I believe I use like a lighter brown. And then what other color do I use? I think that's it. Oh, like a rusty terracotta color I also put on there. But I'm just swiping it across the top, smearing it in a little bit. Some places that it's a little too dark. But this process just helps darken up the cover a little bit. Alright, so now it's time for the grit paste, and using the brick stencil, I just kind of run my grit paste through there the best I can. It's kind of hard because it's very gritty, so it's not really smooth, but that's a great texture there. So, and it makes it look like it's really bricks. And I have the black paper there because that's where my sign is going to be. So I didn't want the bricks going over that. And I purposely didn't put any decollage bits over there either, trying to keep it smooth for my sign. And I kind of wish I would have went a little lower on that right side. It looks like it's kind of cut off there, or how it just kind of stops. I should have put some more on the bottom, but it's all right. I think I'll just probably put the fence there, the die cut fence there instead. All right, so now I'm going to play with the infusions. I'm not really good with this yet, but I just sprinkle some of that terracotta on there, and I'm spraying it with coffee because, again, I like to add more color and grunge to it instead of just water. So I usually use coffee on these kind of pieces, unless I need it to be cleaner. So, and I also use I think it's a yellowy color too. I can't remember the name of it, but so it's a combination of the terracotta and the yellow. Also, at this point in the game, I've already decided not to use the orange plastic fence to go around it. So I've already taken the bricks off and put it in the closet because I think I'm going to use it on my trash journal instead, since I did find it as trash. So yeah, so it'll be on that instead. Alright, so here I'm starting my sign, and I'm using the new Tim Holtz stamps. It's painter's letters or something like that. And I'm just using a white stamp pad. And I did it purposely partial like that. I didn't want the whole sign on there. I just wanted it like in the background, kind of like not the main focus of the box. And of course, had it been the whole sign, it would have said B.laster Works on there. So. And now, using a bronze liquid pearls, I'm going to do the outline of the sign. And I had to edit a lot of it out because my big old head was in the way, of course, like always. But But yeah, so I'm just trying to make it look like it's an old metal sign just hanging up on the brick wall. Okay, so next step is I'm going to water down some of this terracotta paint, acrylic paint, and add it to the sign just to make it look like it's been weathered, you know, a lot of rust and all that kind of stuff, worn and everything like that, because right now it just looks too new. And as you can see, my paintbrush, the water is dirty. So yeah, I even use my dirty paint water instead of cleaning it out all the time, because that's another added grunge effect. And I apologize for a lot of this being cut off at the top, because I didn't realize that I wasn't in the center of the frame. But I'm just adding the watered down acrylics until I'm happy with it. Just take some of that white, newish look off of it. And it also distresses the white ink as I go. Okay, and then now I'm going to add some dark brown to the sign and make like drips and streaks coming down, also to add to the distressed look. All right, I think I'll stop here for this episode or this video. I didn't do the inside yet. I have already changed my mind about using the orange fence on this because I'm thinking when I have it on my shelf, I kind of don't want it to be bulky. And I really like the way this is looking so far. Totally, this sign turned out the way I expected. The rest did not. This was not planned at all. I did have this in my head. It's supposed to be like an old factory name, and it would say Blaster Works on it. So far, I think this is good. This is a good start. I still want to do what I said earlier about putting some pipes going around it. And maybe I'll do the fence, but with a die cut instead of with the orange fence, and just kind of have the die cut down here at the bottom. But yeah, so my next step would probably be the pipes. And I got to think, okay, so if I'm not doing that orange fence, I got to figure out a closure because, hold on, let me grab my stuff here. And I'm also thinking of putting this on the inside cover like that. Still work? Yeah, it still works. I need to think of a closure or something to wrap around, I think, so that this doesn't kind of topple out. Since I'm not going to be using the orange fence, because originally the orange fence would have came over and kind of closed it. So I won't do the inside yet until I figure that out, because I might use magnets, like maybe I'll have something come over and just click, kind of like a magnet on there. So my next step, like I said, will be the pipes. And then maybe if I do the inside, maybe I'll just start like gluing this and doing this side. If I do a closure, I could have it glued under here like a ribbon and coming up and going in there too. But if I do a magnet, then I kind of want to put it here and then put some papers over it. Okay, so that's it. That's it so far. You guys let me know what you think, if you have any ideas. But it's turning out pretty cool. I know it's hard to see in the video, like the texture and stuff, but I used my grit paste, which was dated in April, so I made it in April, and I figured I'd use that up, so I don't have any more left now. So, but I can always make some more if I need to. But it does really cool on the bricks because it gives it a lot of texture. All right, so let me go edit this video for you guys now so you can watch it. Thanks for joining me today. Today was a very beautiful day outside, nice and breezy. It makes working at my art desk a lot easier. But anyway, I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part. I don't know how many parts there's going to be. Hopefully not too many until I get it done. But thanks for joining me. And I hope you guys are having a great week so far. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Tschüss.